No one noticed the ceiling vents anymore. The Galactic Archive had been expanded so many times that entire maintenance layers existed above the official floors. Old ducts, sensor arrays, structural ribs, forgotten spaces where only dust and static lived. That was why the Dragon survived. The archive was neutral ground, a place where war records slept, a place where species sent interns instead of soldiers. No weapons allowed, no predators tolerated. At least that was the rule. Mira Solis learned this on her first day. She was human, 20 years old, newly graduated, assigned as a linguistic intern. Lowest clearance, lowest expectations, the kind of assignment meant to be safe, the kind that never was. Her first week passed quietly, cataloging fragments, translating extinct dialects, listening to alien archivists argue about commas and timestamps. Then she heard the sound, a scrape, soft. Above her, she froze. No one else reacted. The archive was always noisy. Cooling systems, data rails, ancient machines breathing like sleeping giants. But this sound was different. It was hesitant. It was afraid. Myra looked up. The ceiling panel above, her workstation, was slightly misaligned, a thin gap, and inside the darkness, something blinked, gold, slitted. Too large to be mechanical. She swallowed. Humans were not supposed to panic. At least not visibly. At least not here. She slowly stood, ignored protocol, ignored the warning icons blinking on her console. She climbed onto her chair. The eye vanished. A faint hiss followed. Not hostile, defensive. She spoke before thinking. "It is okay." The words echoed softly. Nothing happened. She tried again. "I am not here to hurt you." Silence. Then the panel shifted. A small head emerged, scales like embered bronze, cracked in places, dull with hunger. A ridge of soft horns, barely grown. A dragon baby in the Galactic Archive. Mira's heart hammered. Dragons were not supposed to exist anymore. Not here, not anywhere unregistered. They were apex intelligences, ancient, territorial, rare, and their young were never alone. Except this one was. It trembled. Smoke leaked from its nostrils in weak puffs. Myra raised both hands slowly. She did not reach for a tool or an alarm. She remembered something her grandmother used to say. Predators do not fear strength. They fear intent. She softened her voice. "You are hiding." The baby dragon flinched. "I know why." She sat back down, crossed her legs on the chair, made herself smaller. "They chase you." The dragon did not retreat. "They took your home." A soft whine escaped its throat. Myra felt her chest tighten. "I am new here too." She tapped her badge. "Intern, temporary, replaceable." The dragon tilted its head. She smiled gently. "That means I do not belong yet. Same as you." The dragon crawled fully out. It was no larger than a medium dog. Wings folded tight. A scar across one side where scales had not. REGROWN. Myra noticed the scar. She noticed the way. The baby kept glancing toward the vents, waiting for something that would not come. She spoke the words without realizing where they came from. "You are safe right now." The dragon exhaled a long, shaky breath and settled. That was the moment the archive sensors triggered. Energy spike, unauthorized life form. Draconic signature detected. Red lights bloomed. Sirens began. Myra cursed under her breath. The dragon recoiled. Wings flared. Sparks crackled across its scales. No, 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 Myra whispered. She stepped forward. Between the dragon and the hallway, security drones descended. Archivists shouted. A tall avian supervisor screeched. There is a Class Omega entity present. Intern, another voice barked. Move away immediately. Myra did not move. The dragon pressed against her back. She felt its heat, its fear. She raised her voice. It is a baby that gave them pause. It is injured. Pause again. It is alone that changed things. Dragons did not abandon their young dot, unless a murmur rippled through the room. Myra turned her head slightly, spoke softly. They are scared, but they are listening. The dragon's head rested against her shoulder. The supervisor stepped forward. This creature is dangerous. Myra nodded, double quotes, yes, and illegal, yes, and unregistered, yes. She took a breath. So was humanity once. Silenced, she continued. Dragons remember words. More than rules, more than threats. The dragon lifted its head. She spoke directly to it now. They will not hurt you. A lie, she corrected herself. I will not let them hurt you. The dragon's pupils narrowed. Myra closed her eyes and spoke the words it needed. You are not prey. The reaction was immediate. The dragon stiffened. Its wings relaxed. The sparks faded. Something ancient shifted. The drones halted. Mid-air readings dropped. Predatory response suppressed. The archivists stared. The supervisor whispered. What did you say? Myra opened her eyes. I told it the truth. Security arrived moments later. Containment specialists, diplomatic officers, emergency protocols cascading. They tried to take the dragon. It growled, low, dangerous. Myra stepped forward again. She shook, but she did not step aside. You do not take babies from their shelters, she said. You ask. The lead diplomat scoffed. It is an animal. The dragon's eyes flashed. Myra felt the heat rise. She spoke again, calm, steady. It understands every word you are saying. The diplomat hesitated. Myra turned to the dragon. They are afraid because they do not know you. She touched her chest. I know you. The dragon nudged her hand. The room held its breath. A translation matrix chimed. New data stream detected. Draconic cognitive resonance. Established. The dragon spoke, not with sound, with meaning, not words, feelings, loss, fire, sky, sky, mother, gone, hunted, hidden, Myra, single quotes. His eyes burned. She swallowed. They killed your mother, she whispered. The dragon's tail curled. They followed you here. Fear surged. Security tightened formation. Myra lifted her chin. Then they will have to go through us. The supervisor stiffened us. She turned. Yes, humans. There were only 3 human staff present. 2 interns. 1 maintenance tech. They stepped forward anyway. No hesitation. The dragon felt it. Something deep. Something old. The bond locked. The archive trembled. A presence awakened. Not the baby, something else, above dot, deep. In the structure, ancient draconic wards, long thought dormant, flared to life. The archive was built on a dead dragon. Sanctuary, no one had known, except the dragon babies and the ones who hunted them. Alarms screamed, a breach from above. Void raiders, trophy hunters, illegal dragon, SLAYERS. They poured in, weapons hot. They expected resistance. They did not expect humanity. Humans moved fast. Humans improvised. Humans stood. Between monsters and children, Myra stayed with the dragon. She kept talking. You were not alone. You were not weak. You were not forgotten. Each word strengthened it. Each sentence steadied its fire. The hunters fell, not burned, not crushed, driven back, because the baby dragon did not fight, it believed in her. When the dust settled, the archive was damaged, protocols rewritten, treaties drafted. Overnight, dragons were declared protected sapients. Human interns were reclassified as diplomatic risks. Myra was offered medals, promotions, transfers. She refused. She stayed. The dragon stayed. It slept above the vents again, but now the panels were open. Sunlight filtered through. Myra visited every day. And when the dragon grew, when its wings stretched wide across the archive ceiling, when others came to study it, to fear it, to bargain, the dragon remembered the first words it had ever been. Given not commands, not threats, not threats, not rules, but truth. You are safe right now. You are not prey. You are not alone. And that was how humanity became. No, not as conquerors, not as destroyers, but as the species that spoke to monsters and meant it. Asterisk.